classic cafe cool without having to deal with classic cafe problems. Hello Team Powersports fans, and welcome back to the TPS Motovlog. Today we're taking a look at the all-new Honda SCL500. Now, this is one cool motorcycle. It uses Honda's existing 500 platform, like what you find in the CBR 500, the CB 500, the CB 500X, the Rebel 500. Basically, it's a parallel twin 500 power plant with a 6-speed manual transmission that Honda's been putting in a bunch of different motorcycles because it works really well for a mid-size, mid-power motorcycle. Kind of your go-anywhere, do-anything, sporty enough to be fun and fuel-efficient enough to commute with. But this new SCL500 is Honda's scrambler, tracker, cafe racer style bike, and it's all based around that 500 platform. So the 500 motor, what looks like a variant of the Rebel 500 frame. This is all, in fact, there's a Rebel right in here. Let's look at that. So right in here is the Rebel 500, and you'll see that the frame lines are very similar, same engine obviously. The gas tank itself is even similar to what you get on the SCL500. So the frame is kind of a variant on the Rebel frame. The tank is very Rebel-esque in appearance, but instead of sloping sharply down, it has more of a classic Brat Cafe style tank to it. The seat and subframe sit much higher than they do on the Rebel. In fact, I would dare say this has a very similar seating position to like the CB500. Maybe not quite as aggressive. The seat's a touch lower, the handlebars are a touch higher, but it's kind of halfway between cruiser and sport bike ride position. And of course what makes it a tracker or cafe racer style motorcycle is all of these little styling cues, because you can make a tracker out of just about anything, but what you've got here is the gators on the front forks. You've got a little more aggressive looking tire, the circle headlights, the standard style handlebars, the high seat, shorter tail section. I'm not going to say that it's like a full-blown short tail section, but this is very reminiscent of like Yamaha's SCR 950 or XSR 950, XSR 900. It's got the high tail section, and this exhaust is really cool too. Most of the old school trackers and cafe racers, you know, this style high mount exhaust, it would come straight out of the side of the motor, pass right by your thighs so that you can get nice burns whenever you get on and off the motorcycle. But with the Honda, the exhaust comes out of the front, below the bike, and then up over the tail section. So when you throw a leg over it, it's not going to immediately land on the exhaust. As evidenced here, the exhaust is way back here, and I am very comfortably away from it. Now once you get on the bike, it's got very similar controls to the Rebel series. So it's just the single, and the key is down here on the side, which is kind of cool. Just a single display, shows your gear position, your miles per hour, fuel in the tank, how many miles on the bike, and of course right now, because it's not running, had the oil light on, but obviously that goes away once the bike realizes that there is oil pressure. Neutral indicator light, it goes into first gear, the neutral light goes out, back on, and then up into second, so you know what gear you're in. Even though you don't have a tachometer, at least you know where you're at as far as gear position. And of course that ABS light is going to stay on until the bike has rolled a few feet, reached a high enough speed that the machine can make its calculations between front and rear wheels, and that's how it kind of knows when to pulse the ABS, by measuring wheel speed front and rear. So I know that I do a lot of talking about these motorcycles before I get on them, and I'm sure some people just want to skip to the riding part, but here we have arrived at the riding portion of the TPS Motovlog. On a personal note, I will say this is a very cool motorcycle. I love the look, I love the style, love the appearance. Honestly, I'm a big fan of these retro style bikes. I love classic cafe cool without having to deal with classic cafe problems. You can get something that looks rad and retro, And you don't have to worry about sinking carburetors or finding parts for something that was built in the 1970s. So, here we go on the brand new 2023 Honda SCL500. Shields down. First gear 25, second gear 40, third gear 50, and we're shifting into fourth. Very sprightly acceleration. You know, I working in the bike shop and having ridden for 20-something years now, you know, people who ride a long time, they go through kind of this cycle of, well, you know, it's got this much power, it's got that much power, or you need to get this bike or this bike, and then eventually we all come back and we buy things like Honda Groms, because it's fun to drive a slow bike fast. And what's cool about the SCL500 is it's actually pretty quick. I'm not going to say that you're going to be winning any races with it, but, you know, it's zippy enough to get you through traffic. If you enjoy going out and riding on the back roads, you enjoy getting out there riding on the back roads, this is not something that's going to leave you wanting for a lot more, unless you're somebody who is so totally disillusioned with motorcycles that you feel like you need 250 horsepower to have a good time. You know, first impressions, I really, really enjoy the throttle. The clutch play is very smooth. It's very manageable. And honestly, I love the seating position on this bike. I was trying to compare it to somewhere between the Rebel and the CB500, but honestly, it's almost got like a dirt bike sort of feeling seating position. You know, feet are just below you. If you slide forward, you've got more of like a sumo style ride position. Slide back, it sits more like a cruiser. But whoa, it's so light. You can just toss it around, and it does really, really nicely. Good acceleration, dodging the little potholes and stuff. Wow, I really like this motorcycle. Oh. So Honda has done this thing on some of their newer bikes where they've transposed the horn and the turn signals. So if you saw me honking coming up to that intersection, I was actually trying to put my turn signals on, because that's where they are on my bike. Yeah, this is nice. I like the seating position. I can sit straight up and down if I want to. I can lean back and lean in a little bit if I want to. But honestly, that like rider neutral sumo UJM ride position is just the bee's knees. Very light, very flickable. And she's got some zip. Yeah, good amount of zip. You know, we're in fourth gear, cruising easily at 50 miles per hour. And, I mean, fourth has a lot more to go. Here comes a nice little bump. See how that suspension feels. Smooth. Normally in my car, I can hear my suspension slamming over there. Oh, we got some wet. Watch out. New tires on this new bike. But yeah, you know, fourth gear at 45, 50 miles an hour still has more room to go and still has 2 more gears to go. Hit the turn signal that time instead of the horn, so we're moving in the right direction. Yeah, good engine braking. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Dang it. Tried to turn off the turn signal and Lo and behold, I honked the horn again. Good Lord. Yeah, it takes turns real smooth. It's got a very pleasant exhaust note. And you don't even really have to hang off of the thing. It falls right on in. Wow. You know, I didn't really know what I was going to try and compare this to getting into it, but honestly, it's almost got like a supermoto type feel. If you've ever ridden like a DRZ 400 SM, just the riding position, it's super slim through the center line. So if you really want to spread out and get goofy with it like you would on a sumo, you're more than welcome to. It's got these little tank grippies on the side of the gas tank if you're gonna squeeze on and dial in. Man, I just was nuts. Yeah. Well, Team Powersports fans, there it is. This is the all-new 2023 Honda SCL500. Cafe tracker sort of style motorcycle from Honda based on their existing 500 platform. It's very rare for me to say this, but I have no notes. This is a really cool motorcycle. It's impressive, it's got good pickup, it's got good handling, it's fuel efficient, it's cool. And the price tag isn't bad either. I mean, it's listed like $69.49, I think, $69.99. I'll double check that and I'll put it in the video if I was off on the price. But like, it's a super cool, super affordable, fuel efficient motorcycle. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. First time in a long time that I have had no notes. I like the SCL500. This is radical. Really everything I could want from a motorcycle. And you can see it here at Team Powersports in Garner, 222 US 70 East. You find us on the web, www.team-powersportsgarner.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Team Powersports, hashtag TPSNC. Come on down and see us. It's a good time, it's a hoot, and we'd love to have you visit the store sometime. That's it for the TPS Motovlog TPS fans. Sarah Walker, signing out.